Hey guys, hope you're all okay. Join me in my garden with a very dirty KTM 300 TPI. Looking a little bit sad after yesterday's ride out in the really muddy fens. So what I'll do while it's this dirty, I thought I would do a video of how I clean my bike. I know it's a boring video and some of you might turn off now, but once it's done, I've got it out there and people can use it as reference for washing their bike. It's a bit windy again today, and it's been windy for the last 4 weeks. So I've got my GoPro mounted on my chest. So I'm hoping this works with the sound and you can hear me. So as I'm doing what I'm doing, you can watch what I'm up to. As you can see, the bike is absolutely filthy. What I'll do, I'll probably do this video in 2 parts. I'll do part 1, washing the bike. I've got my pressure washer, which I'll show you in a minute, snow foam, my air dryer, my blower to dry the bike off. I'll probably run over all of that, and then the hell's that? Stick. So yeah guys, I'll run over washing the bike and drying the bike and everything else, how I protect the panels, maybe air filter, chain, anything else I can think of, I'll do in part 2. That's probably the best idea. You can see how actually dirty this bike is. It is absolutely disgusting. Not in a good state. So right guys, before you start washing the bike, the 2 most important things to do: take your air filter out and put a cover over the hole, because you do not want any water getting in there. That's so important. So I've washed my bike, I've started to wash my bike before and actually forgot to put that on. I was like, oh no, and I put it on just in time, so it's fine. And the other obvious thing, well, it's not obvious, is it? Use a bung in your exhaust. Good old bung. And that's it really for before you're washing it, as in prepping the bike up. It's good to have it on a stand. I use this little paddock stand, little hydraulic thing. Perfect for what I want it for. Front wheels off the ground. Right guys, stage 1 of me washing the bike. I'm using, I've got a Karcher K4 pressure washer, and attached to the end is my snow foam Karcher. This is all Karcher stuff. Snow foam cannon thing. I use this snow foam. I've had it for ages. I used to use it on one of my cars, but it's actually just run out. So any snow foam's fine. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure there's some better ones out there. To make sure it hasn't got any salt in it. Some of the cheap ones are probably a bit salty. I don't think that one is. So guys, yeah, I'm going to snow foam the bike. Leave it for like 10 minutes. All it does, it just softens all the dirt, just breaks it all down, so it's a lot easier to wash. There's something quite satisfying about snow foaming a bike or a car. I don't know what it is. It's just something that I like doing. So guys, yeah, let's get on with snow foaming. One tip, don't snow foam in the wind because you get soaked. Oh god, I am absolutely covered in snow foam. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right guys, I'll leave the bike for about 10 minutes just for that all to drip off, to soften all the dirt up. It makes it so much easier. so much easier to wash the bike. So give it about 10 minutes. I've actually used all of the snow foam in there. It's probably time to get there for that. Right guys, wait about 10 minutes. Still some snow foam on the bike, but all it's done is just softened up all the dirt. You can see this was all hard pretty much from, I was out on the bike a couple of days ago. This was all solid. It's actually like, can you see that? It's actually clay. It's so thick, the mud. But you can see what it does on here, look. It's just broken down all the mud. So it's a lot easier. Right, guys, yeah, with the pressure washer attachment, I've got it turned just about enough so I can have my hand on it without it hurting me. If it stings your hand, it's up too high. That's how I judge it anyway. So do not have it on high pressure. Some of the bits like under the mud guards and stuff, maybe around the tyres, and you can have it on high pressure, but I just like it on a sort of medium pressure. So it's like this, look. If I turn it down, about that, I can put my fingers on it and it doesn't hurt me. So that's about right for me anyway. So that's how I do it. So right, let's give her a good old rinse over now and get most of this claggy dirt off because it's disgusting. And then we'll give it a good old wash down with a sponge. That'll be the stage after this. So let's give this a good old rinse. Right guys, give the bike a really good rinse down. As you can see, like in there, around the front sprocket there's loads of mud and sticks and grass and that and stuff, but I can get that out later, it's not a problem. But all I've done is got rid of most of the mud. It's not clean, but it's cleaner. Definitely better than it was. Definitely better, as you can see. Most of the thick mud's gone. So that's second stage. First stage was snow foam. Second stage is rinsing off the snow foam and most of the mud. So stage 3 will be getting some nice warm bubbles in a bucket and a nice sponge and giving it a good old sponge down. I've got some little brushes that someone's used and stuff like that, so let's go and get some warm water and some bubbles and go on to stage 3. Right guys, got my bucket here with my bubbles. Got a couple of sponges, one for the more dirty areas and then this one for the covered in bubbles, this one for the panels and stuff like that. It's just Auto Glyn car shampoo, that's all it is, nothing too fancy. It sort of does the job. Right, let's give this a good old soaping up. All I do is just start at the top. Give it a really good old rinse down. Guys, you can get the gist. So just going around the whole bike with the sponge, just washing everything you can see. There'll still be bits of mud. There was a bit there in the lever which I just fell out. So just rinsing. You know, you're not being as careful if it was a road bike or a car because it's a dirt bike, but you still want to try and get as much crud off as you can. So just going round, washing as much of it as you can. So go over the whole bike with a sponge of some kind. You can use a brush if you want, and I'll use this little sponge. I'll use sort of in here, in smaller areas. So you can use this on the wheels, sprockets, whatever you want to use it on. So yeah, just go around the whole bike, giving it a good old sponge off. That's my stage 3. So it's snow foam, rinse, bubbles, wash the bike all over, and the next stage will be rinsing those bubbles off. Right, bike's had a good old soaping up. There's still bits of mud dotted about, but that's had a good wash down of the bodywork. So we're getting there. So bloody windy. So there's still bits of mud dotted about, but now I'm going to get a really good rinse down, and I'm pretty much going to keep rinsing it until all the mud's gone. That's the next step. So good old, really good rinse. Really good rinse over. Pressure, just again, getting it up high enough, so but not too high. So yeah, not too high a pressure, and just keep giving it a good old rinse down. Obviously, you haven't got a pressure washer. A normal garden hose will do, but pressure washers aren't expensive. So guys, yeah, do invest in a pressure washer if you can. Far better than a garden hose, no question. So guys, be careful. I've just cut my hand on my foot pegs, and I'm washing it with the sponge. So be so careful of things like that because they're so sharp, super sharp. Right, let's give this a good old rinse down. Right guys, definitely looking a lot cleaner. Nowhere near clean yet, but getting there. You've got to invest time in cleaning your bike if you want it to keep looking good. Definitely. Got to look after your bike after you've had a ride, give it a clean. Right guys, let's had a really good old rinse. There's still bits of mud. Depends how bad it gets. I've got twigs stuck in the front sprocket cover there, the front sprocket protector. Twigs dotted about, but it's getting there. Still lots of mud around, but next step will be to actually dry the bike off with my pet hairdryer. Let's just carry on, give this a bit more of a rinse, and then we'll give the bike a nice blow dry. Right guys, bike's pretty clean. It's had a really good rinse down. It's not perfect at all yet, nowhere near, not even halfway there probably. Well, about halfway there, but it's definitely better than it was anyway. There's still bits of grass and things dotted around. What I like to do now, before I go into the detail of the bike and clean little bits and pieces, I'd like to give it a blow dry. So guys, yeah, this little thing's brilliant. I think it's about 50 quid, but just dries the bike off, gets all the water out of everywhere. It's absolutely superb. Wouldn't clean a bike without drying it. No way. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, guys, invest in one of these because they are superb. Right, this is mega noisy, so I won't be able to talk while I'm doing it, but I'll show you how it works. Right guys, I've used the dryer to dry the bike. It's not dry, but it's got all the water out of the nooks and crannies. So what I normally do, I leave it about a day, leave the bike in the garage, let it dry off even more, then I go back to it and do the next stage of the cleaning. So yeah, it's not, there's even grass and stuff stuck in the front sprocket. There's even grass wrapped round inside. Where is it? Somewhere I saw. There's even stuff stuck in the brake calipers there. I might have to take the back wheel off. You can go on forever cleaning these bikes. You can take the wheels off, do all sorts of things to it. So guys, yeah, in part 2 I'll be cleaning the plastics, I'll be cleaning the brakes, I'll be cleaning the wheels. Everything will be cleaned with nanotech cleaning products, WD-40. The whole bike will be immaculate. So that's the next step on. This was just a washing stage. So snow foam, rinse, bucket of bubbles, give it a wash over, rinse that off, and then give it a blow dry. Because drying it with a cloth is never going to cut it, so the blow dryer is superb. So yeah, it isn't clean yet. I'm sort of halfway there, and I've got something stuck all in the brakes in there and that, but that's even all the plastics are all grubby down there. I washed it, but there's just dirt came out when I gave it a blow dry. But so we're on the right track. We're not anywhere near finished yet, but that is just stage one of the washing, the actual main washing of the bike. Yeah, a lot of people would leave the bike like that and think, oh, that's clean, but with my OCD, that this isn't clean. This is halfway there. Anyway, alright guys, hope you enjoyed this vid. Any questions, give us a shout, and I'll see you in part 2 of washing my dirt bike. Cheers!